Today, we take a look at ENHYPEN NIKI through the lens of Bazi, a system of Eastern philosophy, to understand his underlying patterns. The entire structure can be summarized in one line: quiet, yet with an unmistakably clear inner standard and worldview. 1. Personality. A small but enduring flame. Niki's daymaster is Ding Fire. Ding Fire is not a large blazing fire, but a lamp or candle flame. It does not show off. It burns quietly, steadily, with density and a strong internal standard. This flame rests on rabbitwood, a structure that continuously nourishes and sustains the fire. As a result, Niki may appear quiet, but he is not easily extinguished. Looking at his month pillar, there is a pattern of shouldering responsibility at a young age. He does not rely easily on others and has strong endurance on his own. He thinks deeply, and his emotional flow runs beneath the surface rather than outward. His year pillar shows refined sensitivity and aesthetic talent, along with high standards and a strong focus on completion and precision. At first, he may give the impression of being quiet, neutral, or hard to read. But as you get closer, the impression shifts to, this person is surprisingly solid. His inner strength far exceeds his first impression. 2. A clear internal standard Niki is someone who quietly maintains an internal standard that cannot easily be verbalized, revealing it only through choices when necessary. His standards guide his practice, judgment, and pacing. The clearer those standards are, the more stable he becomes. He does not feel the need to explain them, nor does he easily give them up. He continuously interprets and reconstructs things internally. Even when he receives explanations, he does not accept them as is. He translates them into his own internal language. As a result, his responses to questions may be slow, his interviews concise, and his emotional expressions non-immediate. This is not because he lacks emotion, but because he expresses emotion not through words or facial expressions, but through concentration, choices, timing, and density on stage. While he does not appear to have strong ambition for recognition or display, in reality, his desires are extremely clear, which is why he avoids unnecessary actions. He has little interest in center positions, screen time, or attention. This can cause him to be overlooked early on, but his skills continue to accumulate steadily. He does not seek attention. He seeks accurate understanding. Niki does not build a performative persona or a socially digestible character, such as the cool youngest, the quiet genius, or the chic main dancer. His actions are not exaggerated, and his emotions are restrained. As a result, he does not stand out in variety shows, and if asked what his personality is in one word, it is difficult to define. 3. Inner conflict. If I haven't reached my standard yet, I can't stop. There are always two states coexisting within Niki. I am already doing well, and I have not yet reached my own standard. The stage may be successful, the evaluations positive, and his skill level among the best. But internally, this voice remains. That could have been cleaner. The timing wasn't perfect. By my standards, it's not there yet. As a result, achievement does not linger for long. This conflict does not come from anxiety, but from a diligence that refuses to compromise on completion. People of this type may miss the timing to rest because their standards are too strong. They do not reject feedback, but instead absorb everything themselves, which can lead to self-consumption. Moments of emotional overwhelm are covered with work, and rest is replaced by practice. 4. Relationships. Together, but with a separate place. Niki is not someone who fully dissolves into group dynamics. He does not force himself into atmospheres that do not fit him. When something goes against his standards, he quietly changes direction. He speaks only when necessary, briefly and precisely. He does not form bonds easily, but once trust is established, it lasts. What matters most to him in relationships is stability, predictability, and respect. Within a team, Niki is not a mood maker, an emotional leader, or someone who organizes things verbally. He is closer to a silent point of reference, the one who maintains his own pace until the very end. 5. Niki on stage. Niki's stage emotion is not excitement. Rather than elevation or intoxication, his dominant states are focus, immersion, and inward concentration. He is a detail-obsessed performer, fixated on subtle differences. Despite overwhelming technical ability, his movements are not exaggerated nor emotionally excessive. The density of his movement is high. His emotion on stage is closer to certainty, not joy, pleasure, or passion, but the feeling of, this is correct, right now. It is less about showing and more about placing things precisely. He does not chase the camera, and even when the camera passes, the density of his movement does not drop. For Niki, the stage is the least anxious space, a place where emotions are organized, and he returns to his own standard. 6. Future career path. Niki is not an expansion-oriented type, but a precision-oriented one. Someone who deepens and sharpens a single axis over time. That axis is the body, rhythm, timing, spatial awareness. He is someone who creates standards through the body itself. 1. Teens to early 20s. His skill is already top tier, but his personality is not easily visible, and his quiet nature can make his narrative seem thin. He may be consumed simply as the talented one or the quiet one. However, during this period, there is no need to force a character or promote himself in a language that is not his own. 2. Mid-20s. He maintains his standards, but learns energy distribution. People begin to notice his choices, where he holds back, where he stops precisely, where his focus sharpens depending on the song. 3. Late 20s and beyond. His stage presence becomes more restrained, and his influence grows stronger. 4. Later stages. His path expands into performance direction, choreography composition, stage movement, rhythm design, and artistic leadership. Niki's turning point comes when he realizes that he no longer needs to keep proving himself. Before this point, he tries to prove everything through his body, remains extremely strict with himself, and moves under the standard of not yet. This phase brings rapid growth, but also significant self-consumption. After the turning point, he reaches the realization, I don't need to go this far every time. He continues to practice and maintain his standards, but appears more relaxed, calmer, and carries even greater presence. Niki is not a performer who simply shows the stage. He is an artist-type performer who leaves his standards behind as works. As time passes, his story is told less through technique and more through choice and restraint.